It was the summer after freshman year. I was 19 and ready to escape everything for a few days. My cousin Tyler invited me to this cabin his friends had rented, way up north in Michigan, right on a lake called Devil's Point. Yeah, nothing says peaceful getaway like Devil's Point, right? There were 6 of us. Tyler and his girlfriend, Claire, their friend Marcus, this quiet girl named Emma, and 2 of Tyler's old wrestling buddies, Sean and Will. I was the last to show up. By the time I got there, the fire pit was going. Someone had a speaker blasting old rock, and everyone had a drink in hand. It was chill, super normal, exactly what I needed. The cabin looked like something out of a hunting magazine. Log walls, creaky floors, one of those creepy deer heads above the fireplace. Total serial killer aesthetic. There was a narrow trail that led through the trees to the lake. 5 minutes maybe. That first night, nothing weird. We hung out, drank, passed out late. But the second night, that's when things got strange. We spent the days swimming, grilling, laughing, just stupid fun. Around sunset, Sean and Will went to get more firewood. They said they'd be back in 20 minutes. An hour passed, then 2. We started calling for him. No answer. Tyler and Marcus grabbed flashlights and headed into the woods. They came back, pale. Marcus had blood on his hands. Not his, just blood. He said they found our hatchet. It was embedded in a tree, smeared with blood. Not a lot, but enough. Enough to feel wrong. We thought maybe it was a prank, some weird joke. Sean and Will were the kind of guys who'd try to freak us out. But as more time passed, no one was laughing. We locked the doors, pulled the shades, pushed a chair under the knob. The girls went upstairs. The rest of us stayed in the living room, taking turns, watching the door. Around 4 a.m., I woke up to floorboards creaking, coming from upstairs. Everyone was still asleep around me, except someone was moving. I crept to the stairs, listening. The house was dead silent. Then, a scream. Emma, then Claire. I sprinted up the stairs and threw the door open. The window was wide open. The girls were in the corner crying. They said someone had been standing at the foot of the bed, wearing a raincoat and a mask made of tree bark, not speaking, just watching. And then he climbed out the window. At dawn, we packed up. No one said a word. On the drive back, Tyler kept calling Sean and Will. Their phones were off. Later, police found Will's body, half buried in the dirt, scratches all over his arms. Sean's phone was found shattered in a ditch. Sean himself was never found. There were muddy footprints in the cabin, size 13 boots, a single set. No one we knew wore that size. I haven't been back to Devil's Point since. I don't think I ever will. Because someone out there still remembers us. And I don't think he was finished. We never went back to Devil's Point after that night. The cops never found the man in the mask. No prints. No leads. Only a bloody axe. And 6 lives changed forever. Sometimes, I still hear those footsteps outside my window. But maybe that's just in my head. But hey, that wasn't the only summer that ended in blood. You ever hear about what happened at Camp Hollow Pines? Another summer, another group of friends, another killer with a different mask. Let me tell you that one. This happened the summer I turned 20. Me and my friend Danny were working seasonal gigs, road tripping from town to town doing promo work for cheap festivals. Late nights, gas station dinners, motel beds. Honestly, it was fun. Broke, but fun. One afternoon, we got a job outside Brimstone County. Some rich guy was turning an old fairground into a haunted attraction, needed people to take inventory, catalog props, clear brush. Seemed easy enough. The place was called Midnight Carnival. It had been shut down since the early 90s. Half the rides were rusted to hell. The ticket booth looked like it had been clawed open. And the funhouse? Yeah, that was still standing. Danny kept calling it pure horror movie real estate. I told her to shut up. First day went fine, just cobwebs and mildew. The second day, though, we found a door in the back of the funhouse, locked from the outside. Our boss said to leave it alone. Old maintenance tunnel, he called it. Right, because locking tunnels from the outside totally makes sense. That night, we stayed late, lost track of time. The sun dipped behind the trees, no lights, just moonlight and dying batteries on our phones. That's when we heard it. Music. Not coming from a speaker, not from a phone. A real calliope, old carnival music playing from somewhere in the dark. We thought someone was messing with us, but the fairgrounds were fenced off. Just us and that locked door. So Danny, being Danny, decided we should check it out. We followed the sound to the funhouse. The front entrance was open, wider than before, too wide. We stepped inside. The mirrors were foggy, smeared. And in one of them, we saw him, a man in a faded ringmaster coat. No eyes, just black holes where his face should have been. He didn't move, but our reflection did. I turned around, nothing. But the reflection stayed, staring back. And then the lights started flickering. We ran. Got lost in the maze. Every turn led back to that same goddamn mirror. Same face. Closer. Every time. We finally smashed our way through a wall panel. Danny was bleeding from her arm. I swear I saw fingers reaching from the shadows, trying to grab her ankle. We didn't go back the next day, or the day after. But a week later, our boss was found dead. In the funhouse, slumped against the wall near that locked tunnel door. His eyes, gone. Just gone. No sign of struggle, no forced entry. Just a single ticket stub clutched in his hand. One word on it. Admit one. I don't know who or what we saw that night, but I do know this. Some attractions never close. They just wait.